If any of you remember playing through Gears of War trilogy or the first two Borderlands game with another person, I'm sure you'll understand the feeling I'm going for. Recently I played through a game with my brother. He's younger than me by a year. Irrelevant information really, but to provide context, I went nearly every day of my life until age 16 playing some sort of video game with him. Here I am now, 22 and living halfway across the world, and I miss him. I guess that's what caused this video and script to happen. He was my other half growing up. We had another brother and later on 2 more siblings joined the picture, but it was always me and Kyle. You could pin that on the fact that he was only a year younger than me, meaning we'd probably have a lot more in common, but that couldn't have been further from the truth. We were opposites in probably every way imaginable, and in a sense that's why we got along so well. Without him, I would not have ever been introduced to the Dark Souls series. He had the patience to sit there and learn the game while I was always off playing some adventure mess. Our taste in games nowadays is pretty much the same, but back then when my mind wasn't so enlightened to the world, praise the Lord, I was very picky about what I would play. Not like, oh my god, he's a connoisseur of video games picky. I mean, I only wanted to play collectathons. I quite frankly was fucking stupid. But let's back up with you guys' judgmental's ass. I dragged him into our very first true co-op experience, Lego Star Wars. That was my crack. 10-year-old Tree could not get enough of his 3 favorite things combined all into one beautiful amalgamation. Being the wonderful big brother I am, I was forced to share my game, and by share I meant give a second controller, in which we went and wandered around map for map collecting all the fucking mint kids bits we could. 10 out of 10, definitely would recommend. Eventually we got bored of that and we went back to playing single player games and taking turns, but we would always find another game to come and take us back on our co-op antics. Screaming for him to pick me up in a warthog, Kyle telling me that I sucked because I couldn't take out anybody in Modern Warfare 2, both of us feeling sad after watching what happened to Dom's wife, literal arguments for days over loot on any number of games. But to what this video is about and why it kinda makes me sad, my brother came down for a few months to stay with me while I was taking a break from college. I was living out in the Midwest right before I was set to PCS overseas, which meant I had about 4 or 5 months before I'd move over to where I'm living now, and this was the last time I'd be seeing him for a while. During the time he was living with me, a little game dropped called Divinity Original Sin 2, the co-op RPG by trade, and one of the last gaming couch co-op experience I'll probably have with my brother. Now you might say, that sounds a bit melodramatic, Tree. It's not like he's dead. I agree, but as we grow up and grow farther apart from our siblings, as I travel the world and not really set down roots anywhere, it starts to become apparent that certain things won't stand to be the norm. He's an adult too, so am I. We won't have time to play 80-hour RPGs together all the time. It's hard to figure out your own life when you're busy, yet alone planning around 2 people's schedule. Anywho, my brother and I were sitting there talking about what games we had been playing. He had recently completed Horizon Zero Dawn and been playing a lot of the Orcs Must Die free to play because he was bored, and I had finally completed Breath of the Wilds and was just fucking around on Steam playing Portal 2 again. So when a game came out that both of us were like, why not try it? Our expectations were low. We had tried to get into the Original Sin 1, but that had not worked out smoothly when we had fucked up our party composition. We thought we would do the same thing here, but God, were we wrong. See, in the first act, you're basically a prisoner for the first hours. The thing is, you get out of your collars, which would cause the guard to ask, what the fuck, why you not wearing your collar, mate? Which my brother and I would respond with a sword. Fucking fantastic. Now all the guards in Fort Joy have a hate boner for us. We had barely won our low-level fights with this guard, so we couldn't imagine how fighting more of them would go. Spoiler, not very fucking well. To sum up Fort Joy, we ended up slaughtering everyone except the lone wolf guy and that elf chick. As we sailed under the fort to the outside with some little boy, we came upon gas clouds and a talking head. My brother told me to take the head with us while he stood out of the gas cloud circle trap that immediately began to explode, leaving the party members and I stuck for a solid minute before I started using gloves to teleport us out. Furthermore, the highlights to Act 1, getting a curse from a ring with good stats because I argued with my brother long enough to earn it. My brother trying to kill a poor bear cub because he didn't talk to it and thought it was an enemy. Kyle talking to pigs so that they would stop moving so I could bless them. Having the longest, most drug out fight with the final boss in the area because we wanted to make the priest kill the giant worm. Boy, does it get better. The moment we get into Act 2, we meet chickens, which my brother firmly takes in as his own, leading us later on having to kill his baby chickens that turned on us. I now have a need to kill guards, was getting into my character, which meant the moment we enter this peaceful town and they question me, I throw my middle finger up, scream fuck the police, and start killing. We end up helping some dwarf mafia, then accidentally fighting them, so much killing, doing some sort of tournament where we fight things, of course, ending up fighting each other, but because he is a fucking summoner that can just pull things out his ass to save him, he won. The lady wanted us to fight her blindfolder. He told us fuck no and killed her. You getting the point. We had such a good time going through this game, enjoying the story's momentum as it carried us from point to point, that it became that cliche, it's not where you're going, it's how you get there. My brother and I enjoyed this game till the very end, where I became nothing but a pile of bones. I don't know if that's a glitch or if that's what happens when you try going rogue on everyone, but it happened. I spent the last fight being a pile of bones on the floor while he fought the void. Granted, I got in a nice last hoorah where I put in my best effort to murk all of them. If anything, this game made me treasure the memories I have with him playing other co-op games. I love you, man. I wish you the best in life. I hope we get to play something else like this later. Thank you for watching my video. This has been a tree talk. If you liked the video, leave me a like and maybe branch out to the subscribe button. Hey, till next time.